the end of the Buddhist lens, it just by itself release such an idea. Don't be obsessed with the idea of getting out of something, so that it will be ending to the idea of getting in and getting out. Dissolve all the belief values, believe or not believe. All about belief is the suffering within itself. It's not about there is a place to go from the hell realms going up to the heaven realms. Every belief is the suffering in itself, is anicca within itself, anatta within itself, meaningless and shifting and changing in itself. That's the nature of it. Purify the purification itself. Let go of the let go itself. Purify all beliefs. Belief values. This is getting in the bondage and fixation, which is narrow. The boundlessness cannot be trapped within a limitation. That which has no boundaries is uncountable. How can it be trapped within such a limitation? How can it be? Even the non-attachment is not itself. Even my is not my itself. It's only terminologies that reflects to purify the samudaya within itself. That's all. Terminologies that are fixated upon is the samudaya in itself. The samudaya is the cause of the suffering. What it is that is the cause? Desire, delusive attachment and delusion is the cause of the suffering. And the suffering is within the cause suffering as well. The cause of suffering and the suffering is the same thing, is one. The samudaya is both the cause of the suffering and the suffering in itself. That is the condition in itself. It is not only a cause. In its conditions, there is a suffering in it. There is no need to separate between them. Within the Four Noble Truths, what they are, there is no need to divide it. There will be just suffering and not suffering. Huh? Within the Four Noble Truths, there is just suffering and not suffering. There is no need to be complicated to divide it. Samudaya is both the causes and the suffering in itself. Don't say that it's the cause of suffering of something. It is the suffering within the cause itself. When it is not the suffering, not the cause, then it is the essence, nature of Nirodha and Nibbana. Whatever that when it's translated and interpreted, then don't do it. It is not about practicing the path, the result, and nibbana. That is going too far. Not becoming the samutai itself, then it be by nirodha and nibbana as it is, right at that moment. This is not to practice the path, the result, nirodha or nibbana or whatever. The practice itself is the samutai in itself, is the cause of suffering and the suffering in itself. Just like using the anicca and anatta to practice anicca and anatta. The practice itself is the cause of suffering itself. Everything is anicca, shifting and changing. This is the conclusion in every Buddha era. The practice is anicca. The object of practice is the anicca. The practice is anatta and the object of practice is the anatta. To do a practice with anicca and anatta is the samutai in itself. When the practice is ended, then ending is right there, ending all missions. Nirodha and nibbana is there right away. There is no need to call it nibbana or nirodha. Naturally, it's nirodha and nibbana all by itself without calling it. When we interpret too much, it's become complicated. Disengage from disengaging itself. Let go of the let go itself. No grasping for the non-grasping itself. Let go of the let go itself. This is not about letting go of something. To diligently bless is in itself the power for blessing. When there is a lot of projecting, then we have to step back much more. Step back from disengaging much more. Otherwise, it's gonna be heavy head. Disengage from disengaging itself. Don't projecting. Emptiness doesn't grasp itself. Emptiness that is not the emptiness itself. The emptiness is not even the emptiness itself. There is no need to be emptying out. There is no need to let go, no need to empty out. The let go that has no need to let go of the let go itself. Disengage that has no need to disengage, to tempt to disengage. The emptiness that has no need to tempt to be empty. This will be purification without traces. Continue to use the reminder from the past to the present for the graces, for the place, the fixation towards the graces and the places, and the Satchidhamma. May everything be forgiven. Ahosi, ahosi, ahosi. Use forgiveness statements everywhere instead of praying, reciting. Even being humble is also a fabrication. Do it without fixation. Not attached to not attached altogether. Purify to the extinction. In this way, it will be aligned with the essence. We are circling to be born and rebirth, but without bondage. We connect a great blessed fortune and perfection everywhere and we give the conclusion towards ending everywhere in this world and samsara. We only connect with our great blessed fortune, and in order to conclude towards ending, therefore we are not fixated to anywhere, to any country, to any geology or this world. We are not fixated to beingness of realms of existence, whether humans or non-humans. We are not fixated to being in any realms. To be born within any realms is just to connect with the great blessed fortune in order to give ending at certain timing. Any world, any realms, there is no taking anything from them. Therefore, we can be born anywhere and live without mourning, without clinging. We can go anywhere within samsara, just changing to be born here and there, just for the blessing. Still going around the samsara, amidst samsara, not going elsewhere. Being born anywhere, shifting in order to bless. We bless everywhere.